Have you ever felt like you were doing everything right in your relationship, only to find yourself wondering, why does it still feel so hard? Why does love, something that should come naturally, sometimes feel so complicated? Today, I'm going to share something that might change the way you see relationships forever. Because here's the truth. Modern relationships aren't just about love. They're about navigating a world that constantly pulls us in different directions. They're about commitment in a culture that glorifies convenience, about facing disappointments in a time when everyone's life looks perfect on social media, and about rediscovering connection when it feels like we're speaking different languages. Let me tell you a story. I once worked with a couple. We will call the lady Sarah and her husband, James. On paper, they were very perfect. High school sweethearts who had successful careers and a beautiful home. But inside, they were falling apart. Sarah felt invisible, and James felt unappreciated. Every conversation turned into a fight, and every silence felt like rejection. Does this kind of situation sound familiar to you? When James and his wife Sarah came to me, they were ready to give up. But here's the twist. The problem wasn't that they didn't love each other. The problem was they didn't understand what love actually needed to survive. And this is where most of us struggle. You see, modern relationships are built on three pillars: commitment, resilience, and emotional intelligence. Let's start with commitment. And no, I'm not just talking about staying faithful. True commitment means choosing your partner every single day, even when it's hard. It means showing up when it's inconvenient, having tough conversations instead of avoiding them, and seeing challenges as opportunities to grow closer, not reasons to drift apart. But let's be honest, commitment alone isn't enough. Because sooner or later, your partner will disappoint you. Maybe they'll forget something important. Maybe they'll say something hurtful. Maybe they won't meet your expectations. And that brings me to the second pillar: resilience. From the dictionary, the word resilience means the ability to weather the storm without losing sight of the bigger picture. It's about learning to forgive, not because your partner is perfect, but because you're both imperfect people trying to build something extraordinary. And here's the twist. Sometimes, resilience means being honest about your own flaws too. Because if we're waiting for our partners to change, we'll be waiting forever. True growth begins within. And finally, emotional intelligence. This is the secret sauce. I call it the juice. It's what transforms ordinary love into extraordinary connection. Emotional intelligence is about listening, really listening, not just to your partner's words, but to their emotions. It's about recognizing that behind every argument, there's an unspoken need, and it's about asking yourself the hard questions. Am I hearing their needs or just defending my own? Sarah and James? They learned this the hard way. But when they did, something amazing happened. They stopped fighting over who was right and started working together to meet each other's needs. They learned that love isn't a destination, it's a daily choice. And today, they're not just surviving, they're thriving. So, here's my question for you. What's one thing you can do today to show your partner that you choose them? Maybe it's a small gesture. Maybe it's a big conversation. Whatever it is, don't wait. Because the surprising truth about modern relationships, they're not about finding the perfect partner. They're about becoming the kind of partner who can create something perfect together.